I'm a fan of anything that breaks down levels of friction for people to get access to idea making, right? To not only generate ideas, but then conceptualize them, to like manifest them somehow. So like, I just think of like how many potential, entrepreneurs, ideas, cool products that could help people every single day are now so much more available, because if you're an idea maker, if you're a thinker, like you have a concept, you don't have to hand roll it by code. You don't have to find a developer. You might be able to, roll out something in Bubble or in Webflow and just kind of connect some stuff, and boom, it's running. I'm really excited about like the next 3 to 5 years as well, because I think like designing with your words, designing with your ideas is going to start becoming a reality. Where does that put us, like, as people who have been in the industry for 15 to 20 years, and where does that put new people who are entering the industry?
To me, the new people answer is easier than the old people answer, right? It's like I had to confront the same thing too recently. I think a couple of weeks ago, I decided, like, I sit down and I wrote a sentence in my sketchbook, and it said, as someone who has been a designer for 20 years, 25 years, I wrote down, I don't think I ever want to build a website again. And I was like, wait, did I just erase, did I just like negate 25 years of experience? And it's like, because I don't see that as like, if I'm not moving forward, then I'm moving backwards, and so it's like, I've been there for a long time. I have skills there. I have valuable skills there, but I think it's time for another chapter. I've got more years left. Like I'm a young dude. So it's like, I've got more years left to be able to contribute. So I don't know where that leaves us. I think it leaves us somewhere new, but I don't know where that new place is. The easier answer is like, I just hired an intern this week, and my intern is my 12-year-old daughter. Because I have some Instagram posts that I need to make, and she's been really interested in Figma and Canva, right? So like, I'm like, well, I have templates that I use to make that stuff. Can I just train her on how to do that? And I had to teach her a little bit about typography, a little bit about spacing, a little bit, all the things that I had to do as a designer. She's cranking out my Instagram posts. And I think 2 years ago, without Canva, without Figma, without these tools being so much more accessible than, I still design in Photoshop. I love Photoshop, but it's a dinosaur of a tool. And if you open Photoshop for the first time, you're like, what is this? So I know it because I know it. But for my daughter to open that, she's like, for her to open Figma or open Canva and edit some text and like immediately be creating, it's a whole new world. So I'm excited for that like, my 12-year-old could do this, and I'm paying her decent money for a 12-year-old. I'm paying her. This is not like, support your family, you got to do my Instagram post. This is like this, instead of washing the dishes, which she hates doing, how about you crank out some Instagram posts for me, and I'll pay you $100 a week. And she's like, $100 a week, And now as a 12-year-old, imagine the leg up that she might have on anyone else. Like even if she doesn't want to be a designer, like as a summer job, that's better than washing cars. Yeah. So it's, to me, it's like, if my 12-year-old can do that, I think people who are new to the industry can do that. People who we want to train, like, I think that opens up the door for having junior people on the team, which I think is so important, because as people like us get more experienced and get older, we get jaded too. And when we don't have young people and new energy on the team, then we end up making the same old stuff because it's efficient for us, because we're really good at it. And I miss working with younger people and newer people. I think that's a really great thing that I got from working at agencies, was like just always being around and like a fresh flock of interns that would just come up with so many things and use words that I've never heard before, all of that kind of stuff. And I think that that's so important. And I think that we're not doing a good job as an industry of promoting junior talent. And I think that we need to make space for that. And we can't make space if we don't move up and move out of those roles. So I think that it behooves us to do that. I don't know where we go, but I think we need to get out of those roles to make room for other people.